Okay, 9.4 is pretty much 9.3 reversed. So we call this inverse trig, which means you're going backwards to get angles as your answer rather than x. So your steps, you want to mark where the angle is. You want to label HOA. Okay, so here's a triangle. Mark your angle. Mark H, O, and A. And then you want to set up one of your fractions. So like cosine equals A over H. And then this time, you're actually going to know these two things right here. So you're going to get a decimal, 0.887, da 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 da. And then we do this nifty thing called an inverse of that fraction, which is now a decimal, to get your angle. So, pretty easy, but let's try it. So, you see where the question mark is? That's our angle. And then we're going to label HOA. So, H, O, A. And here we have those two pieces, O and H. So, in our SOHCAHTOA, O and H are right here. So, we want this guy's sine. So we have sine of our angle equaling O over H, or 51 over 56. And we don't know our theta, so we're not going to use this yet. So instead, go ahead and get the fraction, make that a decimal. Should be less than 1 most of the time. We're just going to keep 4 decimal places. And then our next step is to take the angle and switch spots. So we get angle by itself, and then use the -1. And that's in your calculator. It should be near your normal sign button. And you should get 65.60 degrees, rounding to the 100th. And that's it. So, pretty simple stuff, but definitely ask me if you have questions, especially with labeling or with setting up this fraction right here and getting a decimal. So let's look at the next problem just to make sure we've got it. So this one is one of those solve the whole thing. So I eventually need to get all the sides and all the angles. Okay, so first of all, we know an angle, so we can use that 180 degree rule. So 90 plus 56 plus angle 2, there we go, equals 180. So we get that angle 2 is going to be 34 degrees. Okay. And then to set up one of our fractions, let's say we do, let's say this is our angle. So this is H, O, and A. So let's solve that guy first. So we have A and H. From SOHCAHTOA, that's this, so cosine. So cosine is A over H. And here, our angle we marked was 34 degrees. And A was 13, H was Y. So this is where you can switch the spots if you want, but you have to take the whole thing. Oh, we have to get the decimal first. So cosine of 34 degrees is 0.8290. And this is where you can switch those spots if you want. So you can make it y equals 13 over 0.8290. So go ahead and find that, and you should get y equals 15.68. So that's most of our pieces. So I'm going to write that in, 15.68. So all we have left is this guy, x. So if we do the 13 and the x, so we have O and A, SOHCAHTOA, that's this guy. So that stands for tangent. So our tangent is still from the 34 degrees. O is x, A is 13. So go ahead and get a decimal for that tangent. Okay. And then we're going to get rid of that 13 by timesing it to both sides. And you should get 8.77 as x. So once you have all your sides labeled, let's see if I can get this to right. So all my sides are labeled, all my angles are labeled, then you're done. The whole triangle has been solved.